Hi folks, welcome. Good to be back here on the wheel with you. I've been a bit busy just lately. I was doing some outside concreting work here that I've been wanting to do, and so I didn't get to get in the pottery much just recently, but then I've just been down to Florida, down to Melbourne to do a workshop down there at a Episcopal Academy. So big hi to everybody down there, down in Melbourne, Florida. Anyway, I just got back from there and I've just been decompressing a little bit from that, and as one needs to do, you know. And so I've got myself back out in the studio now and I feel good. I feel good. Back on the healing wheel. Back on the healing wheel, yeah. I need to get back on the wheel, you know. I sort of like do a lot of running around here and there, different places, and do different activities, and then you know, you need to get back on the wheel, don't you? What's that saying? You center the clay, but the clay centers you. Sometimes we need recentering, don't we, in our lives? We get a little bit wobbly, don't we? Anyway, what I'm doing at the minute here, I am making a different kind of mug because it's not like it's a new revelation or anything, but I make a lot of these kind of tankard mugs, and they are basically a rather kind of masculine form, if you know what I mean. So what I'm trying to do is make some mugs which are not quite so masculine, which are a little bit more feminine, to appeal to the ladies. So here goes. I've got my gauge set. I've got 13 ounces of clay. I'm a little bit feeling my way because these guys are 14 ounces and I wanted them to be a little smaller. So, because the women folk, they don't often want to drink as much coffee, you know. So I'm working here on this Speedball Artista wheel, which is sat on top of my Randall, my Randall kick electric wheel. It's a kick wheel that has got a motor assist. So yeah, just bringing the clay up here, looking for the gauge. I've thrown one, it's over there, you can't see it yet. Pulling the clay. Yeah, slow down the speed. Try and throw as slow as you can, not as fast as you can. I know it's a bit difficult, isn't it, with an electric wheel, but bringing the clay up, giving a bit of shape and looking for the gauge. There's the gauge, we're nearly up there. I think I'm going to move the camera a little bit. My head might be in the way, not sure. Let's just move this around here a touch. Yeah, my light here a bit in the way, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, throw us a little slower. Most people I observe working on electric wheels are throwing too fast. Okay, so I've got my height. I'm up to the gauge. And now I want to give it a little bit of belly here, you see. A little bit of curvaceousness. So because I've given it a bit of curvaceousness, the height has dropped down. These are in fact well, actually not too bad. That gauge is hang on a minute. Yeah, I think the last one I threw was just a little bit over 5 inches. I wanted them to be about 5 inches tall. So giving it a little belly there, you see, and a little bit of a flared top, and that makes it actually quite nice to drink out of with a flared lip. Okay, I'm just going to reset that gauge. And also the lip, you notice, well maybe you can't see it from there, but it's a little bit tapered, you know, which makes it a little bit finer in the mouth, which you want. You don't want it. There's nothing worse than putting some kind of thick-lipped mug with a thick lip in your mouth. It makes you dribble. We don't want to do that, do we? We don't want to dribble. We don't want to dribble, Sybil. Okay, now. Oh! Did you hear that? That's the sound I like to hear. That's my Etsy shop register. Somebody has purchased something good. Alright, so let's check in the form here. Alright. Check it in the mirror. Get yourself a mirror. If you don't throw away the mirror, you don't know what you're missing out on. It's alright. Let's leather and sponge on a stick. Let's bring the camera off, let's have a look at it. And be critical. We must be critical. So, sort of midway belly, I suppose, about here. Coming into a wasted neck and then very slightly flaring out. Lip not too thick. Now I did one before which has got a very slightly higher belly, which is that one. You see the belly here I did on this one is just a little bit higher, which gives it a feeling of a little bit more lift, you know. I'm swinging back again to this one. Alright, so the thing is it going to be a lifted belly or a midway belly? These are all very subtle. I'm filling it a little bit higher up there, just there, which is going to give the feeling of it being a little bit higher, the belly. It's always nice to have a little bit of feeling of lift, I think. Not to be sort of like bogged down on the table, you know, with a wide foot and a low slung belly. Alright, we leathered him. Yeah, okay, let's cut the speed right back. Take our wire. Straight through. Okay, let's whip him off. Let's do one more. Maybe I'll bring the camera down to give you a slightly different angle, and let's zoom it a touch. Not too much, but a touch, like that. Okay. Yeah, I got the fire alight in here today. In fact, it's kind of cold outside. Snow flurries threatening, and but we're toasty 70 in here at the minute, so that's pretty warm actually. That's as warm as I ever want it. I don't want it ever more than 70 for working. You know, 65 actually is ideal, but 70 I guess will do. So coning up and centering down. Breaking in. Widening the base a little bit. And pulling up. Pulling the clay. Keep it in at the top. Don't let it get wide at the top. Always keep it in. Pull back the speed a little bit. You know, after you've centered and opened up, and you want to pull back the speed. Pulling the clay up, looking for the form and looking for the gauge at the same time. There it is. We've got our height. Now we need to shape it. You see? Yeah, I'm still feeling my way with these because slightly. I mean, it's not that I've never made mugs like this before, but I'm just, you know. Slow down a touch. Yeah, so these mugs are not, they're not trimmed. They're thumbed off. So we want to pay attention to the base area here, that we use a throwing stick to clean it down the side here like this, you see, to the foot. So it's cleaned all the way. Then we put in a bevel at the base. Alright? Don't forget the bevel. Okay, just I want to nip it in a little bit just there at the neck to give it a little feeling of. So as you nip it in there, it accentuates the belly, you see, doesn't it? Alright, let's use the throwing stick here just to sharpen the image. Yeah, it's like an image, isn't it? Sharpen the image, bring it into focus, if you know what I mean. Leather. Sponge. Cut off wire. Straight through. Bob's your uncle. It's done. Clean fingers. I'm not lifting, I could lift it off like that, but I'm going to go down like that with these. Okay, put it there on the board. Yeah. So there we are. Just whip the camera off, show you those down there. Those are the ones we just made. A little bit more of a round-bellied mug. Hey, thanks for joining us, folks. Thank you, thank you. Yes, good to be back here with you. Good to be back on the wheel. Definitely. Yeah, sometimes it's psychological, isn't it? Getting back on the wheel. You know, everything else screams for attention. And but you know, once you finally make it, you won't regret it. So get out there in your studios, get your hands dirty, get the clay out, wedging it, kneading it, weigh up your lumps, and just get into it. You'll enjoy it. Visit my website, simonleachpottery.com. Yeah, I'm trying to get some more pots up there. We've uploaded more, we've sold more. And yeah, above all, keep practicing. And I will see you soon in the next video. Bye now.